everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is yours, Dr. Joy. Thank you very much for your continued support and always sending me nice questions, comments, sending me donations here and also the Patreon page, booking lessons with me. I truly appreciate. So today we're going to talk about how to make beautiful accented sound. There are several bow strokes with accents. Now this coming Thursday I will be posting on my Patreon page other bow strokes such as spiccato to help us to understand one of those difficult bow strokes, which involves a lot of bow technique. I encourage you to check it out. So when it comes to accents, there are a couple of bow strokes. Sometimes you see accent sign, which is a little something like this above the note. That means you have to particularly just make that note a little like that kind of accented note. Also, there is a certain stroke called martelle, staccato, or accented détaché. So martelle or staccato or accented détaché, on and on. So if you're wondering about those particular bow strokes and how to play those, I encourage you to check out on my video collection. There's a link below in the description to know how to look for specific videos in my channels. I encourage you to check out and just type those words and you should be able to find out. Now, the best way, the easiest way to create accented sound beautifully is having the bow on the string using flat hair. So simply having physics on our side make things easier by using more hair. It's a bit easier to apply a little bite or weight at the beginning of the stroke, which is what it defines as an accent or accented sound. Now, accents can be applied in two ways. One, with a finger joint, which we call it collet. Again, I made another video, if not more than one, how to create collet sound. So collet is that we use bow only by using finger joints. This is collet, and then this is one way of creating a little accent or a little bite at the beginning of each stroke. Or we use the arm of the weight, but we carry the weight through the index finger. So make sure your index fingers are well positioned, well wrapped around the stick, and then basically we're applying the weight of the arm through the index finger. Yeah, you can practice yourself, just holding the bow with the only index finger and thumb and see if you can do it. Yeah? But basically just, even though we're giving a little bite or accent with the index finger, it actually is not the index finger that's initiating, but just index finger working as a weight carrier, yeah, from the arm, if that makes sense. So these are two ways of creating accents in your bow stroke. Now, sometimes we try to create those sounds and then the sound somehow gets a little pressed like that. And so I'm going to show you a couple things that you can check and see whether your accent is in the right place, so that your accented notes are sounding as beautiful as the rest. Very important one. Know when to apply the accent. The accent, whether it's from finger joint or from the arm, has to apply at the beginning of the stroke, not before. So it has to happen at the beginning. As soon as the bow starts moving, this is when it happens. It stays on the string or off the string. It's the same way at the beginning. But if you start pressing or biting the string before you start moving bow stroke, this is what happens. Yeah? So I'm exaggerating, of course. So make sure the accent or the biting or applying the weight starts at the beginning of the stroke. It can be applied right after the bow starts moving. So like that. There are different kind of accented notes. It can be done like that, but it would be never before the stroke starts, because if you start applying the bow and by the time you start moving the bow, you already lost the sound. Yeah, it's always ideally at the beginning, or it can be done after. Yeah, that's one way. Second thing that you must always pay attention is keeping the speed, bow speed and bow weight. After you apply the a little bite at the beginning. Make sure your bow keeps moving with about the same weight, at least at the beginning. Later, the bow gets lighter and bow slows down. But at the beginning, as soon as you apply the little bite, the accent at the beginning, the bow should carry on with the same weight a little while then before it let go. Like that, yeah? Now, just try yourself, you'll soon see what I'm talking about. Now, on the string, bow strokes are always easier to create accented notes. But when it comes to off the string strokes, such as spiccato, or sometimes a lot of down bow stroke, that's when it becomes a little hard. So now, again, there are two ways of doing accented bow stroke, even off the string bow strokes, which are using collet with a spiccato. So Mozart used a lot of those, yeah. Or if you play, that's one way. Second way is doing spiccato by using the arm weight, just like before. But in this case, we're not carrying the weight only with the index finger, but we're using all these three fingers. So index, middle, and ring finger, where we have to apply the weight. Because in this case, when you have to play three strings at once, so you have to put a little more weight than usual. So still carrying the weight from the arm, but using all three fingers, index and the middle ring finger. Here, we're applying the weight at the beginning as well, but we're carrying on with a bow speed. That's very, very important. But here, not only that one, in order to give a little more accent, what we do is we call it whipped bow. So we're kind of throwing the bow as you give weight. Yeah? So what it does, it creates faster bow speed at the beginning, as well as applying a little more weight. So that happens a lot when you are using three strings like, yeah, like that. That can be fun. Make sure that you always watch where it's going, and that it's a good technique to have, but make sure you give yourself enough time and try a little differently. See if it doesn't work too close to the frog, then go a little away and then try a different spot until you are absolutely happy with the tone color. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Please check out this Thursday about the bow stroke. I will show you how to do beautiful spiccato with some exercises. Thank you very much for watching and hope to see you again. Bye bye.